Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out in the garage, a little bit of goofing around tonight. And I wanted to do another head-to-head challenge for you guys. Kind of put these two very contemporary Crosmans right up against each other. Both of these were made in the 60s. And one of them I think actually got discontinued because the other one came out. But what we have here is, this is actually a second generation Crosman 760. Still has the what they call the tootsie roll front pump handle, but this is actually a second version. The second version, if you see that little round notch between the receiver and the stock, that was the second version. This one doesn't have any scope grooves on it. Very indicative of the early ones. But the first one would have had actually a square notch cut out of the stock, and the receiver would have stuck into the stock. And from what I've read, they actually had a lot of problems with them getting torqued and then the splitting because of that square notch stuck into the wood. But we're going to be putting this head to head. So this particular one actually has a date code on the end here, and it was made in 1968. The one we're going to be putting it head to head with is my Crosman Model 147, which is a very uncommon version of the Model 140. The 140 would have been a 22 version. I've actually featured a couple of them in the garage here, had them from friends and did repairs on them for them. And I actually don't have one of my own yet, but this is a 147, and I rebuilt this one a while back, and it's shooting really good. So the 140 came out in about 1952 and ran all the way up through I think till right around 1970 when they came out with the 1400, which I have a 1400 up here as well. But the 147 was only produced for a couple of years. According to Crosman's website, the 147 only was out for about 2 years, 64 to 66, which is when the 760 actually came into production. So, but we're going to go ahead and shoot a couple of groups with these and see which one I can shoot better. I did run both of these across the chronograph just real quick, just to see what was what. And this one here, so I'll put the picture up here. I shot the 760 first, and I had a 10 pump shot of 495 feet per second. That was using the 7 grain Meisterkugels. And then I did the same thing with this one, 10 pumps, and I had 625 feet per second. So quite a bit different, but I kind of expected that. This thing has got a much longer pump stroke, so I kind of figured it would produce a little bit more power. But we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. The 760 I've had quite a bit less amount of time, so we'll shoot this one first, and then we'll shoot the 140 and see which one I can shoot better. They both have a pretty comparable trigger. I didn't do a pull weight on them, but they do have a pretty comparable trigger to each other, so I think they're pretty darn close there. I am using the little bullseyes, these little guys. Shooting across the garage here, but I think this will be a fun little head-to-head. In theory, the 147 with its rifle barrel should have a pretty distinct advantage, but I do know that this 760 is quite a shooter, so let's see what we can do. 5 pumps, more than enough power to do some target shooting. Ooh. that was me. I'm gonna redo that one. I flinched that one. That was not the gun's fault. I'm gonna start over again. I don't want to give a unfair advantage or take away from the gun, but that's better. Just as I was squeezing, I kind of dipped down a little bit, and as much as I say, you gotta take what you get, but I don't want to have it be unfairly lopsided right off the bat. Both of these are pretty nice survivor looking guns. They're not perfect, but they're in decent shape, which is kind of what I like. I like a gun that kind of looks like I'm shooting all of them into the same hole. I know this guy was a shooter, but alright, looks like we're doing really good since that first shot that I bobbled. I really want to throw a shout out to all the folks that have chose to become a member of the Walnut and Steel gang, I guess I could call it. My members of my channel. A few people have jumped on board with Patreon as well, and appreciate that as well. I am going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the month. This is November of 2023. So if you're watching this later on, then sorry you missed. But I am going to be doing a Patreon and members only giveaway at the end of November here, and I do have at least one or two things right now, and depending on how the popularity of that goes, we may do more. Definitely do more down the road, but oop. So if you're interested in taking a look at that, down in you should see the name of the channel's Walnut and Steel, and right next to that there's a subscribe, and should be right next to that there's a button called join, and if you click on that one, you can choose a membership level. Starts out as little as 99 cents. Really trying to continue to expand the channel, get better stuff, and that will go a long way to help out. You can definitely tell the difference in the power, just even with 5 pumps. But that 760 is a whole lot easier to pump too, so. If you're interested in going the traditional Patreon route, my Patreon, the link for my Patreon page is down in the description text of this video. Boy, it's tough to tell. I can't really tell which one's doing better right off the bat here. They're both doing pretty darn good. Okay. Is that about one ragged hole? I can't really tell from here. I really like I like these older Crosmans like this. I've got the so we started out with the Town and Country Junior and the Town and Country in like 1949. So that would be the Model 110 right there. And then right shortly after that, they came out with the Model 120, which is right next to it in the late 40s. That ran through up to about 52 when they came out with the 140, and then ran with the 140 all the way up to 1970 when they would come out with the 1400. After the 1400, I'm not sure exactly when that ceased production, but then they just started with the like the 766, kind of took the place of that. Then they had a 2200, which was a 22 caliber version of that. So, but let's go ahead and add those scores up, see which one of these guys took this head-to-head challenge. Stand by. Alrighty, I am back, and that was a really close call, but we did not have a tie this time. The 760 did a really good job. Had a really good score of 33. I did discount that one and just did five others, but the 147 actually came out with a really nice 36. That one up there was a 4, but those other 4 were one ragged hole right there. Really good shooting, so lots of fun. Both of these are ones that I've rebuilt out here in the garage, and really really doing great. So anyway, hope you guys liked the video. Until next time, have a great day.